educated parents and his mother, the criminal's mother, who is giving counseling to the others.
What she was doing
What
has
she's
been
doing
doing
to
with
the
her
people.
own kids.
The own kid, she could see what she is doing. I know that how many cases we deal within the four walls of our clinic.
Good evening, viewers. You're watching Alpha Wave by Samali Dada, powered by Socion. And as you know that we have brought some kind of influential list of people who can influence your mind, your soul, and they can give you way forward for the better Pakistan and for the better future of our country. Today we have a psychiatrist, psychologist, Dr. Ambreen Iqbal Sahiba, and she will discuss not only the issues which our society is facing in recent past, but also she will give way forward what our society should do to overcome and to avoid such kind of unreasonable incidents in our country. Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Sahiba.
Walaikum assalam.
Asha ma'am, I would like to ask you just quickly in beginning, I would like to know about the mental health and mental illness, how we can address and what kind of facilities we have in our country.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you so much, Sam, for the invitation, and especially talking about the mental health, because obviously I've been talking on the channels, but I don't get that much opportunity to talk in detail on the mental health. Well, to be very honest, mental health is still taken as a taboo, as a stigmatized. I have seen even in my hospital, a lot of people and a lot of the known members, when they come to me for the counseling, they say, "Oh, Ambreen, please don't tell it to anybody that we are here. If we see some of our relative in the hospital, we don't say we have come to a psychologist." You see,
I agree.
or-
I totally agree with
exactly. So it has now less to do with the education, even the educated people. And I have seen a lot of my some media fellows too. They say, Ambreen, we can have the online session or we can come to your place, but we are not going to come to the hospital,
Clinic
to your clinic, so that we should not be figured it out. Oh, we have got some mental problem. Because the moment you talk about the mental problem, it is connected with some mental disease. You see, and then you are being labeled or tagged as the mentally ill patient. So now this is the high time. We are living in 21st century. But one plus point which I see is that the younger generation which is coming, they have got more insight into their mental issues. They are more open to talk about it. They're not that much hesitant. If they feel any issues related to the counseling, they talk about it and they do consult the psychologist or the counselors, which is a good point, which is a plus point. So mental health these days, especially in reference to the COVID, you might have seen, Sam, over in the last 2 years since the COVID began, a lot of people globally, they went into depression. And finally, somewhere I was happy in a way that being a professional, being a psychologist, I was happy that people are getting aware and familiarized with the word of depression. People are getting to know that what is depression, what are the symptoms, how being isolated makes you depressive. When you can't move out, when you can't meet people, you become totally antisocial, you are restricted, and then all the financial crunch which came all over the world. And this is just one germ. This is just one germ which stopped everybody, you see, and confined the people into their homes. So at one side, yes, because of this COVID, people, they have finally realized that mental health is very much important. No matter you are sitting in a very luxurious big house, but during the COVID, they finally figured it out that there is no life. This luxurious environment has nothing to do, you see, with them, for how long they can sit and they can eat good food. So what I believe is that now when we talk about the mental health, I guess mental health comes first, then the physical health.
Exactly.
The physical health.
Yeah.
And I always say that the biopsychosocial health, your biological health, your psychological health, and your social health. If you're mentally healthy, your body will be healthy, and if your body and brain will be healthy, you can contribute in the society in a healthier way. So these days,
Beautiful.
I'm talking, yes,
Beautiful.
These days I'm talking a lot about the mental health, and I also endorse the idea to all of the educational institutes and all the organizations to do hire the counselors, the student counselors, the psychologists, so that not only for the students but also for their employees, for their faculties, you see, in the educational institutes, to improve. If they will be mentally healthy, they will be able to give you better performance.
Obviously.
So that's what all about.
That
little bit
vis-a-vis
about the
kind of
mental health.
relationship.
Exactly.
Obviously, I can completely understand. Dr. Saab, recently we came to know about a very sad incident in the capital city about Noor Muqaddam, brutal murder, and then the torture case and all that. I want to know from the psychologist point of view, how can you preview this case and how can you talk about that?
Unfortunately, Sam, yes, this Noor Muqaddam case is very heart-wrenching for everybody. For everybody. You might have seen that these days I have seen even the people, and especially the females, scared.
I am scared.
Scared.
Myself is scared.
This case, the Naseem Bibi case, whose 14 months old baby was murdered by the brutals in front of her, and the very next day she herself, you see, passed away. And still, by the way, the criminals, they are escaped. They are not being caught by the police. There are so many cases, Sam. It's just not the one case. It's just the one case
Which is
maybe
highlighted.
Which is highlighted. That's a plus point because of that people, they started talking about it. But in our clinic, we see daily so many cases related to the torture, physical abuse, mental torture, and sexual abuse. I know that how many cases we deal within the four walls of our clinic, you see. But the reason being, we don't talk about it openly. Now, this incident has somehow brought us to the point where it is the time, it is the need of the time to talk about it openly. When it comes to particularly this Noor Muqaddam case, obviously everybody knows, and what the homework and the information is coming from the media is that both of the families, you see, they are quite educated and they belong to the elite class, and they're known to each other since years and years.
They were sharing the same social circle.
They were sharing the same social circle. That's fine. But my point, being a professional, is that this criminal, Zahir, he was a druggie. He was taking treatment in America in a rehab center for his drug addiction, and his parents, they were very well aware of that. Then now here, just like one institute which is being like Therapy Works, and there are so many other quackery institutes. Let me tell you one thing.
That's another alarming thing.
That's an alarming thing because there is no law.
In my
there is no
life, I have
constitution.
heard this term for the first time, that schizophrenic therapist.
Schizophrenic therapist.
I mean, I'm
Just
so
look
sorry.
at
It is so sad.
this is so sad. This is so sad. So this is what I'm saying, that here, after coming here, such organizations, such institutes, they offer few months or few weeks diplomas or the short courses. Then they give them a certification that now you're a certified counselor. You can go in the society, you can play with the lives of the people. So this is a certification. And this boy Zahir, this criminal Zahir, his mother, I put equally blame onto his parents. They were very well aware of his, if he is schizophrenic or bipolar, or he was in the hypermania phase where he got violent and aggressive and did this brutality and all that. He was taking treatment initially from the same organization, Therapy Works. So first of all, in the Therapy Works or in such institutions, there are no psychologists. How you can, there is a difference in the psychological therapy and simple counseling. Counseling is given to deal with the simple minor issues, the daily life issues, to everyone, just like you and me needs counseling. But when it comes to the mental diseases, the severe diseases like the schizophrenia or the psychosis you are saying, I'm sorry to say, it's not only the so-called the counselors or the therapists, so-called I'm saying, who get the certification from you need to have a psychological background. You need to study that psychology. You need to have all that training in that area particularly. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that this boy was just not taking the treatment, but is offering the counseling services to the other clients and giving the counseling services to the schools, to the school children.
In very renowned schools, by the way.
That's
what
very
kind of
renowned.
homework they had on that
What
person?
kind of homework they
Yeah,
had?
It's such a complicated thing.
This is just not a complicated, this is a criminal activity that they are playing with the lives of so many school children. They don't check the credentials. Here, even if you go and you see, if you apply somewhere, you might have seen, you might have visited so many countries, you might have seen if somebody applies for a job, they always check your medical and the criminal record, because they have gotten access to the, over there you have got all the data, all your criminal record, any physical disease or any mental disease. Here nobody bothers even to check your degrees. For example, let's say if I declare myself that I am a psychologist, or you're saying that Amreen Iqbal is a psychologist, and if I say that I offer my services to this institute, this is the duty, the job of the management to check my degrees and to cross-check it and to verify it that whether I've got the proper training or not for that particular area or not.
And Dr. Sahiba, we need to check a certain person's record as well, whether he had a criminal or some
criminal
kind of that
record.
Yeah?
The criminal record. And he had rehab in America, and he took rehab treatment from here. And here, even in this Zahir case, in Noor Muqaddam case, can you imagine that when this incident happened at his place, that girl was tortured in a room for so many hours. She was just not shot dead, you see she's over. She was tortured. She cried. I don't know where were the neighbors. I don't know where were the servants. So somehow, unfortunately, my heart cries when we deal with such cases that we have become desensitized as a nation. We have become so desensitized that we cannot feel the pain of the others. Where were the servants and the guards who saw, who were like looking at the voices of that girl? She was shouting. They did not call the police. They informed the parents, and the parents, just look at these so-called educated parents. You see, I'm not taunting, but I'm just saying that look at these parents who are giving the advice to the guards and the servants that call the therapy works, that institute under which he is the treatment. The moment they came, the girl was over.
And
She
the
was
way you
murdered.
said earlier, even the therapy workers, they also called police at the time when their own worker was being harmed and being attacked by the murderer.
Yes, otherwise they wouldn't
They
have.
wouldn't
You
have.
see, when this
He
boy,
might have flew away.
he might
We
have
never
flew
knew.
away because he has already booked a ticket for the America for the next day. You see, here you can connect it. But unfortunately, what again I say, that when their own worker got, you see, exactly, when he was himself, you see, was treated and was badly tortured by that boy, then they called up the police, and then the police came, and even then, after so many hours, you see, the girl's father, he was informed.
Yeah, such a sad thing.
Such a sad thing, you see. And the educated parents and his mother, the criminal's mother, who is giving counseling to the others,
What she was doing,
What
has
she's
been
doing
doing
to
with
the
her
people.
own kids.
the own kid, she could see what she is doing. So
So horrifying.
It's horrifying.
ये वीडियो सोशोन के ताउन से पेश की गई है। सोशोन पाकिस्तान का नेशनल सोशल मीडिया नेटवर्क है। अपना अकाउंट बनाने के लिए soshon.com पर जाएं या गूगल प्ले स्टोर और एप्पल ऐप स्टोर से सोशोन ऐप डाउनलोड करें और पाकिस्तान का अपना सोशल मीडिया इस्तेमाल करें।